they actually recruited me into it. So along the way, things kind of broke down. It got depleted to almost nothing. And I was like, well, man, I've been doing this for almost a year now. I really enjoy it. I'm about to take this and run with it. So
Mhm.
I, went ahead, did everything necessary to make it a legit business at that time. Got with two of the guys that were kind of still hanging around at the time, Freddie and Ray. And we just got going. And one of the biggest things that I said and I wanted to do was I was like, man, I don't want to just be on Facebook and just broadcasting to Facebook and just hope that I grab some fans and things. I want to try to do something different and push it
Mhm.
as far as we can. So, you know, getting sports credentials, getting us on television, getting guys that come on board inside arenas to really provide real life sports coverage of the different things that they love and enjoy writing about, and you know, guys that are heading towards this type of career.
Mhm.
So actually, we started it September 24th, 24th last year. Um,
Okay. Where
that's
like it became official?
that's when it became an official business. And
Oh, okay.
we got our LLC, and that's when things got real, so to speak. I think I got my first set of credentials like that second week of October, and then it just was like, man, all right, this is this is legit. Like we can really, we're here. What are we gonna do with it? So
Right.
and the rest is kind of history. Now we're here. Now we no longer have Freddie with us. Um, you know, no no sour milk. It is what it is. Now we have
Mhm.
it's just kind of me and Ray were the originals, and we got a whole plethora of different, wonderful, charismatic individuals that run the roster now.
Nice. Nice. And so, tell me your thought process when you were going through those motions at the beginning. What was the surrealism like, or what was going through your head when you first finally made it official as a LLC, and then you first got your credentials?
So I was excited for like a day. Um, when I started the LLC, I was excited for like a day, and then I was like, okay, so that's cool. Got the LLC, it's official. Um, and then it was like, okay, now what do we do from here? Because we were still, just because we got the LLC, we were still. I think we were at the time we were doing a little bit of Facebook broadcasting, and then YouTube. That was pretty much
Mhm.
it. So of course we started all the other social medias. Um, but now it was kind of like, okay, I know what I want, but how do I go about it? What do I do to get there? What's the first move? What do I need to do? Um, and it was kind of disheartening. I mean, it was cool to get our first credentials. Um,
Mhm.
our first credential was the NASCAR. I think it
You
was
said it was NASCAR or wasn't?
I think it was NASCAR.
Oh, okay.
Um, but I got a lot of no's, man. A lot of no's. A lot of no answered emails, and just so many, and it was a lot of work in the beginning. Because at that point you don't have anything, so anything is everything at that moment. So
Right.
you're hitting up everything, and you're like a chicken with your head cut off because you don't know what the hell you're doing. And I'll tell you, like for the first 2 months, month and a half, I did not know what the hell I was doing. Just doing random shit, hoping it stuck. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That old saying. Um, but I started meeting people. Um, and if anyone knows me, they'll tell you like I'm a social butterfly, so to speak. You know, I I'm, I build relationships. I enjoy learning about people and what makes
Mhm.
them passionate about the things that they're passionate. I don't know why. Probably what makes me a good interviewer.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just started meeting people, man, and like me and you talk about every Tuesday how enjoyable the MMA community is, especially roughs in general.
Mhm.
Um, how family orientated and just so down to earth and open they are to teach each other. And even though they're about to go to war, they're teaching each other on a day-to-day basis. A lot of these guys. Um, I've ran into a lot of guys like that in this industry.
Yeah.
Guys like Tyler Butler, Fago. There's many more that helped me along the way with little tips here and there and little nudges um, that got me over the hump a lot of times, or they helped me find the river of water, to get to where I was
Mhm.
going.
Yeah.
So that really helped along the way because man, that them first couple of months, the first couple of weeks, I'll say for sure, but probably the first 2 months for sure, it was rough. I wasn't getting nowhere. It was
Yeah.
hard, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel that 100%. And that's so I episode that I do have coming out soon is with Matt Locks. He's the house photographer, Celebrity Theater.
Mhm.
For a little spoiler, one of the things we that we talked about was the importance of networking, building connections, and building relationships to further your own growth and everything in that nature. Like as you're explaining that, what I'm thinking of when you reference the river is that when you're starting out, those first 2 months, you're almost just like wandering the desert trying to find the river, and you're making all these stops along the way, but as you make these connections and these new relationships, they're like little guides that help point you to the river until you could find your way, and then you could truly establish and start to get that momentum going and start climbing more and more.
No, no, you're 100% right. And I'm always one of those people that, want to make sure that the relationships we build are equal. Um,
Mhm.
and majority on my side, I think about, what am I giving to this relationship as well. I never want it to be one sided. So, I'm like, damn, motherfucker just opened up a whole fucking gate. He just knocked down a brick wall for me. Like, so that also that side of it with me even just made it more of a two-way street. It made it easier. It made me want to learn more. So I was able to answer questions when they had them. Um,
Exactly.